Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I'm having the time of my life uploading Descendants videos for you guys. I have to be honest with each and every one of you. It's so much fun uploading my videos with the predictions on Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland for you guys, because I really believe you guys have deserved better commentaries when it comes to Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland and really the franchise as a whole. Because I think if you're going to talk about Descendants on your YouTube channel, you've really got to do it with a certain pride and a passion. Because there really is a certain pride and a passion that goes with talking about Descendants and zombies and your favorite stars. I say this because I've seen a lot of criticism directed towards Clarke and Trell and Ruby Rose Turner and Malia Baker that they don't deserve. So I've wanted to take that away for forever for you guys and replace it with great commentaries that you will find on YouTube every night, because you guys have deserved way better commentaries than what you've been seeing. The reality of it is you're uploading the same 4 or 5 videos all the time because the videos really aren't there and they're never surfacing for Descendants of Zombies. And the pride and the passion isn't coming from the people that are uploading these videos about Descendants of Zombies. If you're saying you're a big fan of Descendants of Zombies, prove that you're a big fan of Descendants of Zombies. Not just by showing off the merch in the backdrop of your video. Talk about Descendants of Zombies from your heart. And always do it with an open heart and an open mind. Because when you do it with an open heart and an open mind, it shows how dedicated you are to the franchises. How much you believe in the stars. How much you are dedicated to these stars, and how much you believe in the passion that they've exemplified as these characters that they brought to life. Because these characters are really larger than life. They have become global phenomenon seemingly overnight. Descendants has exploded as a whole. And I am really excited about the foreseeable future for Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland's premiere coming up in the summer of 2026. It's going to be huge. 2026 is going to be a big year in general for fans of Descendants of Zombies. That is the reality we're faced with. And we're sure going to expect criticism for the Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland premiere. But even though we're going to expect criticism for Descendants 5's release, I will be here to talk about Descendants of Zombies for you guys in a way that it was meant to be talked about for a very long time. Because I really do believe that if you're going to talk about Descendants of Zombies, that's exactly what you should do. Especially with how promising of a future Freya Sky has, and I forecast for her being the next Taylor Swift. I know that's a huge statement to make on a show, that you believe that Freya Sky is going to be the next Taylor Swift. But when you really analyze how far Freya Sky has come up to this point, and the response she's received from fans of Zombies and Descendants, it is truly unbelievable and really mind-blowing to me. She never fails to amaze me with whatever she uploads. Just the other day I saw a video of her playing guitar, and I fell in love with it. I don't know what the name of the song was that I saw her playing, but I do know that it got over like 500 likes and so many shares. It was amazing. And I go back to how you guys have been forever supportive of Freya Sky. That's one thing I noticed about your contributions to Freya Sky's career. You guys are the reason why she has 500,000 fans subscribed to her on her YouTube channel. You guys are the reason why over 12,000 people are following her on social. And if not for your guys' contributions, we wouldn't even know who Freya Sky is. So you have taken somebody at just 15 years old, and you've turned them into a megastar overnight. And I want to say thank you guys so much for helping out Freya Sky the way that you have. I know a lot of critics won't say thank you to you guys for making these Descendants of Zombie stars megastars seemingly overnight, just as fast as you can snap your fingers. But you guys deserve credit where credit is due, and I will always give you the credit and show you the respect you deserve as fans of Descendants of Zombies, because that's what you are. You're a fan of Descendants of Zombies. You're a fan of the product. You see the potential in the product that a lot of people try to hide away and never try to give the benefit of the doubt to. But I think that in 5 years, I say this because in 5 years' time, Freya Sky is going to be the focal point of all conversations revolving around everything Disney and Descendants. You know, you guys have been referring to her as the next Disney pop star, and I really like that about you guys. How you see a pop star, you see the potential in somebody, you see the potential existing in Freya Sky, and I see the emotion coming from Freya Sky and her performance level. That's what's so amazing about Freya Sky, is the emotion and how attached she is to each and every single one of you. Because a lot of celebrities will just come out on stage for the sake of performing, like Ariana Grande. She will show up and she'll give this emotional performance. I remember Ariana Grande's first performance in 2011, I think it was, at the American Music Awards that year. And I remember her crying during her performance. But during the performance, she had her eyes closed. She wasn't even looking at the fans, and there was an emotional connection, yes, from herself and her performance. She was connected to her performance, but she wasn't connected to each and every one of you. She wasn't sharing that connection with each and every one of you. Taylor Swift is the same. She acknowledges her fans, but never enough. So I really think that when you're on stage performing, you've not only got to have an emotional connection with your performance and the song that you're singing, which pretty much you have an earpiece in your ear and you're just singing it lyric for lyric. The thing is, you've got to have an emotional connection with the people you're performing in front of. And that's what Freya Sky has. That's what Malachi Burton has. That's what all the stars of Descendants of Zombies World Collide had this summer, making it the greatest summer of my life. Because the greatest honor of my life was profiling the Worlds Collide Tour and seeing it become a profound success seemingly overnight. Every venue was sold out. Literally every venue was sold out. There wasn't a seat to be had in the house. And you guys came out of love and support for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars and put them on a pedestal that I think they were more than deserving of being on, and they took full advantage of, because they wanted to be in that moment with each and every one of you. They wanted to become engulfed. They wanted to become eclipsed by it, and definitely they did, because this will be a time in their life they will never ever forget. And this will set things in motion for leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour happening in the lateral part of 2026. There are a lot of rumors about a UK tour happening in the lateral part of 2026, and I will be here covering it for you if in fact it happens. It can't be confirmed at this point, but I really do believe that we will see a leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, so don't lose hope. Keep holding on to your dreams and hopes for Descendants of Zombies, and they will become a reality. Just as every dream has been emphasized by Kylie Control in the opening statement of the Worlds Collide Tour this past summer, making it the greatest summer of all of our lives. I want you to keep on holding on to the hope that we will see leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because it will happen in the lateral part of 2026, because I predict, if I can get away with making this early on prediction, that 2026 is going to be a big year for fans of Descendants of Zombies. And you guys have every reason to believe that, with all these new stars coming into the cast of Descendants by Book of Wonderland, replacing Ruby Rose Turner, which my heart is broken over. When news first broke that Ruby was parting ways with the franchise, I was heartbroken, because Ruby offered so much to the franchise and inspired me to be a better person, to come back as a commentator for fans of Descendants of Zombies and become your voice of Descendants of Zombies. Now, I had loved Ruby Rose Turner for many, many years before she donned the role of Bridget in the Descendants franchise, because of how kind she was. No matter what role you gave Ruby, Ruby brought it to life, and brought it to life in such a powerful way, and really put a stronger emphasis on how much further kindness can go in a person's life and how much it can touch a person's heart. And I saw that through the eyes of Ruby, which is why I will forever believe that her time was very short-lived with the Descendants franchise, because there was still so much of a story for us to find out about and learn about from Bridget, because we learned so much, and learned so much so quickly from her, about how much of a kind impact we can have on somebody's life, how much further kindness can go, how much of a profound impact bullying can have on a person. And we've all been there. No matter if we choose to admit to it or not, we've all been there. I mean, high school presents us with a lot of peer pressure. We're under a lot of pressure from our peers, living up to certain expectations. We've all been bullied one way or another, but we all make it through. And we make it through because we have the support of our friends. If we have only just one really good friend in our lifetime, that's all we ever need. And we draw the conclusion that's all we ever need, because Ruby's only friend was Ella. And Ella definitely helped her make sense of her own life. And that's what she's trying to let each and every one of you know, that everything is going to be okay. And that was a valuable lesson we took from Ruby Rose Turner's character, Bridget, that has forever and always held a special place in my heart, that I've loved sharing with you on this show. That's why I upload a lot of Ruby Rose Turner videos from time to time. And October is going to be a really big month, because we've got 2 birthday celebrations. We're going to be celebrating Ruby Rose Turner on October 16th, and the day after that, less than 24 hours, Freya Sky's birthday is going to touch down and happen, and I'm really excited about that. I was really excited to add that to my birthday calendar for 2026, because it's going to be an awesome year for Descendants and Zombies fans. It really is. October is going to be a big month. We've got the countdown to Halloween happening, so if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that, because I think that more people need to display a consistent effort and display consistency with Descendants and Zombies videos. They really do, because you'll go to these so-called Descendants and Zombies YouTube channels, but where are the Descendants and Zombies videos? That's where my issue lies. And if you're seeing Descendants and Zombies videos popping up on the platform, what you're seeing are videos that are full of criticism. They're criticizing Ruby, they're criticizing Kylie, and as a result, Kylie Control won't watch herself anymore on YouTube. And that really creates a problem for me. I think we should be celebrating her birthday. We should be celebrating moments of history in her career, because she's gotten to milestones like Miley Cyrus did years ago. Miley Cyrus went to #1 within the first year of a soundtrack from Hannah Montana dropping, and we knew from that moment on she was going to be something special. she was really going to be something spectacular. And she sure went on to exceed the expectations of everybody. And if there was somebody in the conversation of being the Hannah Montana of the new generation, it would definitely have to be Kylie Cantrell, because she's always there in the moment performing. She's always excited to perform. And the thing I notice about Kylie Cantrell is that she's so connected with each and every one of you. And that's something I give a profound amount of respect to for her, because I really believe there are a lot of people who just come out and they just perform for the sake of performing. They're getting paid big amounts to perform like Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift, and they don't care. But I think if more people showed up on stage and they put their heart into performances like Kylie Cantrell and we see Freya Sky doing all the time, I think more credit would be given and more respect would be shown by people who actually review this. You know, I would love to be a big-time reviewer and have the honor to sit in front of each and every one of you during the Worlds Collide Tour and reviewed the Worlds Collide Tour and showcased it for its true passion. Because it really was a passion. It really showed how much you loved Descendants of Zombies. And you guys never shied away from how you felt. You showed your emotion. You were so proud to be there at the Worlds Collide Tour. You were shouting out, "Oh my God," you couldn't believe this was happening. And at that moment when I heard you guys shouting out, "Oh my God," I wish this moment could have lasted for forever for you guys. Now, I watched the whole performance on YouTube. I was expecting it to be a 3-hour production, but of course the third hour was reserved for Q&A questions, which were absolutely fabulously done. I have to put it out there that you guys asked some really nice questions to your favorite stars. I mean, you even asked Red, you know, if she had a pet, who would it be, what would it be, and she suggested a rabbit. And it got me to thinking about how if they were to CGI a rabbit for the Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland upcoming release this summer, I would gladly voluntarily be the voice of the rabbit. I don't know what his name would be, and I don't care what his name would be. Probably we could call the rabbit Jonathan, I don't know. But I would love to be the voice of the rabbit, because there's a greater appreciation. I just want to put that out there. There's a greater appreciation coming from me about people who get paid to sit behind a microphone and bring a character to life after they've CGI'd the character. I really do love bringing characters to life. I love how they brought Olaf to life for Frozen. I love how they brought Maximus to life for Tangled. And with how many fans of Tangled we have out there, I would gladly be the CGI'd voice of the horse Maximus in the live-action Tangled and be Ruby Rose Turner's noble steed. I would. Because I love bringing characters to life. And I've always had an interest in these effort sounds that people spend up to 45 minutes in a sound booth recording. I love doing it, and I just love being a part of theater. For all of my life, I've been a part of these major stage productions that were never famous, but I would love to try my hand at bringing characters to life for Disney franchises like Descendants. So if we do see a pet rabbit for Red in the future, I will gladly volunteer my voice to be the voice of the rabbit and bring it to life, and it will be the best Descendants movie that you will ever see in the franchise. I'll give you my word that if I'm an actor or I'm a director or a writer or producer of Descendants of Zombies, it will be the best Descendants of Zombies movie you will ever see in the franchise, because you guys deserve more respect for being fans of these franchises and really bringing them to life, because that's what you do. And you do it every single time. And I think the critics are really taking away the respect value for Descendants of Zombies, because I see the respect coming from the fans. I see it in the videos you upload all the time to YouTube that are anything but criticizing your favorite stars. They are showcasing them for the fullest potential. And because you do that on YouTube, what you're doing is you're outshining all the criticism that is directed towards Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. And there is a lot of criticism, guys. For those of you who are new on YouTube, probably created a YouTube account just yesterday and are watching YouTube for the first time, the one thing you've got to look out for and pay close attention to is the criticism that you're getting towards your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars that you're seeing. And I want you guys to know my heart goes out to each and every one of you watching these videos, which is more than you're going to hear from any other YouTube creator on YouTube this morning, because everybody is uploading criticism about Descendants of Zombies, wishing it would go away for forever. And I'm here to ensure that the legacies of your favorite stars live on for forever and always, because that's what you deserve. Because you guys don't want to see Descendants of Zombies end. I'll be honest with each and every one of you. I don't want to see it go away. I don't want to see it go anywhere anytime soon. So how we ensure the legacies of your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars to ensure they are on the D23 stage, accepting an award for the greatest of all time many years from now, when they're 40, is we talk about them in a way they deserve to be talked about and showcase the franchise for its true worth. Because I'll be honest with each and every one of you, if there was a fairy tale to be a fan of from the last 50 years, I was a fan of it. I watched Snow White, I watched Sleeping Beauty, I watched 101 Dalmatians, I watched Hercules, I watched The Little Mermaid, and I loved it. I remember the very first time I watched Beauty and the Beast in 1991, I cried. I had tears in my eyes. The opening scene where they show the castle and they explain the story of the enchantress casting a spell on the castle. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's happening here? And I watched the whole hour-and-a-half movie, the whole 90-minute production, and I was enthralled. I was captivated. And I haven't had any regrets since. I've watched it 100 times since. And I've watched every Disney classic 100 times over. If I tell you I've watched Tangled 100 times, you had better believe I've watched Tangled 100 times. I love that song, I Can See the Light. And I look forward to the live-action duet between Eugene and Rapunzel, whoever's going to be playing Eugene. Shout out to the live-action Tangled producers. I will be Eugene in that movie. I just love talking about classics, and I do it with such a passion. The description of every video I upload tells you that you will have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies after you watch my video. And you really will, because I try to get you excited about the future of Descendants and Zombies. I try to give you hope that there will be a future, because there are a lot of people that will shut down your hopes and dreams. And I know I sit in front of this camera every morning just about with a Mickey Mouse coffee mug, and I drink coffee while I'm talking about Descendants and Zombies, but I do it because I see the value in the product, and I see a greater appreciation coming from fans who have loved Descendants and Zombies for what feels like forever. You know, it's no time, and 20 minutes has gone by, and I've uploaded my first video this morning because I just love talking about it. I think that Zombies presented us with the chance of hope actually existing for somebody, how one could find true love, even if it was with a zombie, and that was so cool. It really was so cool. Marvel had just introduced the multiverse stuff. We were being introduced to this, and then Disney comes out with zombies that fit with the whole sci-fi theme kind of thing, the sci-fi vibe. And I've been holding on to that ever since. And if there's one guy excited about Zombies 5, it's this guy, because I really do believe there is a potential that exists in our hearts for zombies, and I think more of a chance needs to be shown to this, because I think there is a greater appreciation coming from fans, and I'm not talking about the criticism that the critics are giving it. There's a greater appreciation always and forever being shown by fans who have forever and always loved Descendants and Zombies, and because of that passion that we share, and it's brought us all together. And we've become the best of friends because of Descendants and Zombies and what it's offered to us. It's offered us an opportunity to get to know each other, for being fans of Descendants and Zombies, because that's how the conversation always starts. Are you a fan of Descendants and Zombies? And if the answer is yes, it's just 9:12 a.m. this morning, then you're friends for the rest of your life. And that's what I love about Descendants and Zombies fans, is that they have forever and always remained friends. They have always been the best of friends for forever. They always support each other. And because of that emotional support that we see all the time from Descendants and Zombies fans, that's why these franchises will live on eternally. And that's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm here to ensure that these franchises will live on eternally in each and every one of our hearts, because that's what you guys have deserved for a very long time. And I've just wanted to show it the prestige that it's deserved for forever, rather than criticize it. You know, I could choose to show up on my YouTube channel and criticize it, but why am I going to do that when I love Ruby, when I love Kylie? I have told you guys I love Kylie Control so much, and I don't like to see her being criticized, and I'm here to do something about it. I'm here to emphasize you to hit the subscribe button more than I ever have, because I want you to be a part of this, because it's history that we are a part of. It's history we are witnessing, and I just want you to be a part of it. And I have never felt so honored to upload so many wonderful videos about Descendants and Zombies for the people who love the franchises, because here's the reality we're faced with. We're up against 15 million critics on YouTube every time I upload a video. But even though I'm up against 15 million critics, I know I have fans who have supported this YouTube channel from the very first video that was uploaded, when I promised you that I would upload Descendants and Zombies videos at least once every day. And I followed through on that promise. And it's been the greatest promise that I've made to an audience for forever. And I like to believe that I've honored that promise. And I like to believe that I've come through when other YouTube creators promise you videos that upload probably 6 months after they promise it to you, and they realize, oh, they haven't uploaded the video in forever, so they must upload a video now from out of nowhere about Descendants and Zombies. Where's that appreciation coming from the director to the fans? That's what I've often wondered. You know, the reason why I sit in front of this podcast microphone and have had no regrets since is because I believe there's an appreciation that you have to have for your audience. And if the audience loves Descendants and Zombies, we just have to keep giving them what they want, because that will increase the value of your YouTube channel. That will increase the appreciation coming from the fans who have subscribed to your videos. I think that if you're dedicated to your channel, you have to remain dedicated to your channel and just hope that somebody is going to subscribe to your channel because they watch your video. Every single time I upload a video, it's really a hit or miss for me with this YouTube channel. I don't know how much of a reach every video is going to have, but for some reason I put up hundreds of views for every video I upload. About Freya Sky, Malachi Burton, Meg Donnelly, Milo Manheim, Kylie Contrell, Malia Baker, and one of my all-time favorites, Ruby Rose Turner. I love you so much, Ruby. I love profiling this franchise, and there is no greater honor that I could have ever been given or shown than to have the opportunity to sit in front of this podcast microphone every single time I have the chance to showcase your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars. While I may not have the merch or never have the merch to back up my claim, I like to believe that my analogies of Descendants and Zombies and the way I break it it down and the way I present it is what gets this YouTube channel over and makes this YouTube channel a profound success. Because in all honesty, I would not be here today if not for each and every one of you. And I think the appreciation and the value that you see in these videos is what you take away from it. That's what you run away with it from every single time, is the appreciation that I showcase for Descendants of Zombies. There have been times that I felt under the weather, and I've still recorded a video for you guys about Descendants of Zombies. Just the other morning, when I had to go to the doctor, I had pre-recorded content ready to go. I had it all uploaded, and I even recorded the video when I was sweating, when I was tired, when I was sneezing, when I was sniffly in the nose, and you guys still loved it. That's how much dedication you show to Descendants of Zombies, and as long as you show that dedication and you show that passion for Descendants of Zombies, it gives me great pride to upload these videos. You don't care as long as somebody just uploads you a Descendants of Zombies video and gives you what you want. So the way I choose to look at it is, if I can give you what you want, it's the greatest honor of my life, because I could be talking about video games, TV shows, movies, but the greatest honor of my life was showcasing this franchise, having fallen into this niche, and seeing the love and support from you guys every single time. Because it doesn't matter what I talk about, as long as it relates to Descendants of Zombies, you guys love it. And I think more people should pride themselves on giving you guys what you want as a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Because if you do that, what will happen is a greater appreciation will be shown by your audience. Your audience will always hit your like button, and your favorite stars will be showcased for their true worth, their true value, which I think is never enough profiled. I think that if we shy away from the criticism directed towards Kylie Cantrell, it can make a world of a difference, and it can put a smile on her face. And that's all I've ever wanted to do for Kylie Cantrell, is put a smile on her face. That's all I've ever wanted to do for Ruby Rose Turner, was put a smile on her face. And some way or somehow, I like to believe that I did that. No matter how great my video was or how awful my video may have been, I like to believe that I did that, because I watched The Rise about 100 times. I was probably the only guy on YouTube a year and a half ago that had anything nice to say within a few hours of the movie's premiere. Because I remember the red carpet premiere. I remember how beautiful Ruby looked in her gown. I remember how beautiful Kylie looked. She looked stunning. So why are we going to criticize people who don't deserve to be criticized? As far as I'm concerned, this is the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel on the internet because of the way I talk about the franchise and how I love to showcase it. And I love showcasing it because of each and every one of you. And I love doing it with a passion, because you guys have deserved to have that passion showcased for what feels like forever. I do apologize for all the other people uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies that make no sense, because 95% of the time the videos that are being uploaded make no sense to you whatsoever. But if you are a die-hard fan of Descendants of Zombies, if you're hardcore about these franchises, like I know you are, you're going to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you're going to show the same love and passion that I've showcased for Descendants of Zombies for what feels like forever, because this really is the greatest honor of my life. You guys have made me your voice of Descendants of Zombies, and I will honor that by uploading Descendants of Zombies videos 365. There are no breaks on this YouTube channel. We go right on through Halloween, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Chinese New Year. We're here for every momentous occasion throughout the calendar year, because I really do believe 2026 is going to be a huge year for Descendants of Zombies fans, and the best way to showcase that is by talking about Descendants of Zombies the way it was meant to be talked about. I just wish more people on YouTube, these big-time YouTube channels, these big-time YouTube creators, would truly showcase the franchises for their true worth and give people like Meg Donnelly and Kylie Cantrell more of a chance. Because if you give them more of a chance, I think the brightest days of their career are yet to be witnessed. And I just want to be here when I see them reach their maximum potential and really realize just how much of a gift they really are to each and every one of you, because that's what they are. It's a gift, and it's such an honor to be here to profile Descendants of Zombies for each and every one of you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload this video to my YouTube channel. Again, I never know how much of a reach these videos are going to have, how many likes I'm going to put up, but I do love talking about Kylie Cantrell. I do love talking about Ruby Rose Turner, because I'm the biggest fan of these respective franchises in the world, and I couldn't have been it without you guys. I could have never gotten to this point. So if you get a moment, please ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications for everything happening on this YouTube channel, because I really do love being here, talking about Descendants of Zombies for its true worth. And I look forward to doing it and being your voice of Descendants of Zombies for the foreseeable future, because we've got a lot happening. Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland up and coming in 2026. We've got Descendants Worlds Collide Tour Leg 2 possibly happening in the latter part of 2026. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm so honored to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies for the foreseeable future. So if you get a moment, hit my like button, hit my subscribe button, ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications. I will be back with another podcast in a few hours from now as we discuss everything having to do with Descendants and Zombies, the greatest honor of my life. Thank you guys so much. Keep kindness in your heart as I will keep you in mind, and we will talk again in just a few hours from now, because life really is sweeter when all of us are.